Hey, this is Jake Shears from Scissor Sisters, and you're watching ProfessionalRockstars.com.
Hey, what's up? It's Teddy, Professional Rockstars. Day 4, Serbia Exit Festival. Shot. And I'm hanging out with one of my favorite new bands. This is Jake from the Scissor Sisters. Hey, man.
How are you?
I'm great. I'm great. I'm gonna move over there.
Get a little closer.
Yeah. So, we're from Brooklyn and we're in Serbia.
Yeah. It's pretty sick, huh?
It's great.
It's totally weird, yeah.
Now Princess Superstar and Alex were here yesterday.
I heard it was awesome.
And we were talking, and that was the whole thing. It's like, what are the odds that there's actually 3 people and all that are hang out in the Brooklyn, New York City area in the middle and wherever the hell we are, you know?
Well, it's a trip how at festivals and stuff you end up like crossing paths with people that you just wouldn't even expect.
So while you were writing and then going, where in between, how long did it take you to get Scissor Sisters together, and how did all the magic happen?
Well, it was weird because it was like I was dancing and I was saving up money for a trip to Europe, and that's why I started dancing. And I loved it so much. Being in New York, and like I started dancing at I See Guys, which was in the East Village, this like sleazy little bar that would fit about 20 people, and that's where I started dancing. And I just had a blast. It was just so much fun. It was like being a cheerleader or something. And I feel like I got really good at it. I mean, I didn't really know what I was doing at first, and then like I just got better and better at it, and was making money and having a lot of fun. And then I saved up all this money to come over to Europe. So I ended up backpacking over. I went to Spain first. Went to the Sonar Festival.
Now what year are we in?
2000.
Okay.
And so with that money that I saved from dancing, I ended up coming over and seeing all these bands that blew my mind. I was seeing Fisher Spooner, Chicks on Speed, Miss Kitten.
Well, it was 2000 was electro year.
Yeah, it was insane, and it was totally like just getting me. Like I felt like it's really reawakened kind of this music thing inside me. And then I ended up back in New York, and I missed dancing, so I was dancing again, and then I just hit a point where I was like, this is really fun, but now I want to like sing and dance and make music and dance, and I wanted to add on to that. So,
do you play any instruments?
I have very rudimentary guitar and piano. I mean, enough to write on. And I would never play anything on stage.
Who did you cross paths with first?
Baby Daddy. I'd known for a long time before we started messing around with music together. When we made Comfortably Numb, it was just like we didn't really know we could write songs, so it was just a matter of, I like singing this song. Here's a song that's already written. Let's see what we can do with it.
Right, which has been remixed.
And that was like the beginning, and then it started getting a lot of attention, and we're like, oh shit, we need to learn how to write songs.
So did you release it as just like a single track?
It was the B-side of our first 12-inch for a song called Electrobics.
Okay.
It's a really bad song. But that's how that happened. And then we met Anna.
And what made you come to Europe? Because
we got signed from in England. Nobody was interested in us. We had 2 labels in England that were interested.
Because of Comfortably Numb, or?
Because of just our demo album had been really passed around, and there were most record labels couldn't get their head around the fact that there was such weird juxtapositions on our record. Well, it was between a record label called Wall of Sound, which had just put out Royksop and had signed Rhythm Digital. Stuart Price is now working with Madonna.
Oh, cool.
They had a great roster, but it was a very independent label. So it was, and then there was Polydor, which is a major label. So we pretty much came to this crossroads where we were like, okay, what do we want with this? Do we want to stay indie, or do we want to like totally sell out and sign to a major label?
Right. And
we totally wanted to sell out and sign to a major. And it was the best decision we'd ever make, I think. Number one, because we ended up getting along so well with our record label. And I think we signed to one of the best labels in the world, and the people we work with are completely brilliant.
Now, are they the ones that are backing? Like, I saw the show at Coachella.
Yes.
Which is a great show.
Thank you.
And did this giant scissors in the background? Like, are they the ones giving?
That's
up the
all
money?
us.
Oh, really? You made all that?
Yeah, that's all us.
Okay.
That was actually what you saw at Coachella was a breakdown of a much bigger set that we couldn't fit on that particular stage.
Really?
Yeah.
And now are they backing the tour? Like who?
No,
it's been really electronic music. I mean, you're not electronic. You're an actual band, but you have that feel.
Yeah.
But labels aren't making as much money, so I'm just kind of curious as a band with one album backing you today. Are they backing? They back to tour? Like, how does it explain?
Yeah, well, I mean, now we're an operation that can run off of, you know, there is a Scissor Sisters corporation, and we're a touring corporation, so we now are at a level where we can do all that ourselves.
That's amazing.
Yeah, which is a tough place to get to.
Right. What's the album gonna be called?
Ta-da.
Ta-da?
Yeah.
T-A-D-A?
T-A-D-A-H.
Ta-da.
Yeah, I don't like how T-A-D-A looks.
Okay. Yeah.
I put the H on the end myself.
Okay.
Yeah.
And it means like ta-da, like that.
Yeah,
ta-da?
or ta-da.
Okay, or ta-da.
It could be anything. You know, there's like a couple different like ways you
And
can
do you have a
say
new
it.
single that you already did? They
Yeah,
pick
it
a
comes
single?
out. Yeah, it's the first single's called "I Don't Feel Like Dancing," which we're gonna play tonight. Yeah, it's a great pop song. It goes to radio in England and Europe at the end of July.
And where have you played across Europe?
So far we've been playing. We just played Belgium, Denmark, Spain. Just played in Poland.
Okay.
Did a little show in England.
Anything particularly standing out with any of them?
I mean, we played a little show. Well, Belgium the other night was like totally one of the best shows we've ever had. I mean, it really blew my mind. The crowd was insane. I mean, if the crowd is great, we can just like fucking take them over the edge, you know. Going to Australia at the end of this month as well. Playing the Siren Festival in Coney Island.
Oh yeah, I heard
next
about
weekend.
That. Yeah, not gonna be able to make it.
So you know, there's lots of.
I missed that one.
Lots of stuff.
They were like, but
yeah.
they're playing the Siren Festival. I was like, yeah, but I'm gonna be in. Where am I? Next week. I'm in
Some other
Amsterdam.
fabulous place.
Yeah.
Amsterdam. I don't blame you.
So what? Give the date again. September 18th.
Yeah, the album comes out September 18th.
Has downloading affected, you know, like your record sales? Like, are you?
I mean, when we were
forward
starting out,
downloading?
when we were starting out, it did nothing. I mean, it was you know, people downloading our album before it came out, downloading the demos. I mean, it was like that was a brilliant thing for us. If it wasn't for that, we wouldn't have gotten as far as we did so far. I think at this point, downloading is a little freaky. You know, I'm a hardcore. I'm an audiophile, and you know, part of me, I don't really believe in singular MP3s.
Okay.
I think stripping songs from their records is really a disservice to music. But that's just because I'm a purist. Other people totally disagree with me.
Here's something also about your album that I really like is the fact that from beginning to end, there's movement.
Yes.
It's I feel like because of downloads, the kids today, you know, like when I listened to Zeppelin 1 for the first time, or Kiss, or any of those albums first time, it was like, it took you on a journey.
Yeah, an album is a piece, and it should. I don't really think I don't think it should be broken apart.
Right.
People do. There is this myth that goes around that like, oh, the record companies make all the money off record sales, and you know, the artists don't even get the sales anyway, which is a complete lie.
Well, how much of a percent for the record do you get?
You get every record that sells. Like, you know, the writers and the music get it. You know, you get paid for that.
Right. But but they give you, to my knowledge, is the record company will give you an advance.
Yes.
And that'll be for either equipment or music video or whatever. You know, there's a certain amount. And
yeah, I mean,
and then at the end of the year, they're expecting a recoup.
Yes.
Right. That you have to pay that back.
Yeah, exactly, exactly. So even if records, like the fact that even if a band can recoup, it's a great thing. And once that is recouped, then you do. But there's publishing sides, and then there's like there's that side of it too.
Well, and then you have your merchandising, and then the touring.
Yes.
Which is where you actually make. I was told makes most of the money from bands is the touring.
Depends on how many. I mean, it depends on how many records you sell.
Right. You got the Grammy for best new band in the UK, right?
Well, in the UK, yeah, we won 3 Brits.
Okay, and in the States, it's not as near, but it's still, you have a.
It's great. I mean, I feel like in the States we lucked out, and we're somehow in this like middle ground of being like a true. I feel like what I love about what we've got in the States is that it feels like we're a true alternative band, and it's the kind of, it's a level of success in the States where we can be that alternative band, I think, and still end up on like Regis and Kelly in the morning, and you know, make people spit up their Cheerios.